Boyo for a second time today. What's up?
Hello, everybody.
Ooh.
Well,
So this is it, huh? The first post-chowder stream.
yeah.
It's gonna be a bit of a gloomy one. There's not much we can do about that. We're both not feeling great. Although I felt a little bit better after taking a shower and finally waking up a little bit. But this is yeah. There's not a whole lot to say except this really sucks. Even just sitting here and starting up the stream, there's a process I go through. You know, there's a step-by-step thing that I do. Mm-hmm. And now it's not all revised, but there's so much set up that was between me and the dog. I haven't even really begun to think about it. I don't know what to do about this. You know, I'm going to turn off the green screen. I think that's the first thing I'm going to do. I don't know what to do with it. It's the dog is no longer able to fly in space because he's flying in heaven now. He's down in doggy puppy heaven. This is kind of hard to focus. It's not like I was really paying all that much attention, but I don't even have any Warhammer figurines or nothing to play with here, so I have to actually pay attention to the game. But yeah, it's pretty hard to really focus today. So we'll just be a couple of sad sacks on stream, huh? It's fair. More or less. So, what happened in the game world?
Let's see. So the last time I had played, I was complaining about certain things, but we had gotten most of the side quests. We had gotten about what I thought was most of the way through, and it does seem like I have explored.
Before I forget, because I totally will, turn down the master audio by like 1 or 2 pips, and then you can turn this up. There you go.
Let's see.
I only want to do that because I was having a hard time hearing you last stream. So I'd like to, if you can do that audio thing somewhere. Music? Yeah, music and sound. Yeah, just 1 level is fine. Confirm, I guess, down there. Yeah, it's all right. If we don't hear a big difference, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
I think the stream will hear it though. But now go ahead. What you were saying now?
So, I was complaining about there being certain side quests, or the game was getting a little too long, but it did seem like I had discovered for most of the island, and now I'm pretty certain I have discovered all of the island.
Oh,
I mean, this looks pretty much like all of the island at this point, except for maybe over here. There's a big boss over here.
You don't want to go that way.
I could probably go that way just a little bit, just to see if there's anything else over there. But so far, these big tough guys, I don't think I have the ability to kill them yet. I'm only just now got my first piece of armor. Let me show you. It's on my character right now.
Oh, that's armor?
Yeah, that's armor. It gives me
Wow.
11 more armor than my previous one.
That looks like
and it
Goku.
lets me run faster, which you
Amazing.
don't really notice.
Oh my god. I just heard Dad open the door and I thought the dog jumped on the screen door and I was like, oh, Sam.
You know,
This is going to
that's
be
just
hard.
gonna keep happening. Anyway, I learned how to make fertilizer, which is made out of human poop and wheat.
So you literally poop on wheat and that makes what now? Fertilizer?
The town poops on wheat.
Ah.
See, they have it collected here in the poopery.
Wow, they actually sit on the jar and you can watch them shit. Damn, this is some Japanese voyeur shit right here.
Yeah,
I think we were
that's-
saying that yesterday, actually.
Anyway, I used it to help. I'm using it to help grow a tree right now, which that's a good idea because trees grow really slowly. You can also use it on your crops, and they'll grow really fast. But I don't really need it on my crops because the crops are fine, basically. The crops grow fast enough for me. But I need this to grow so that I can put a swing set on it, and then the child will have something to play with. Anyway, that's a lot of hard time. And check this out. I am collecting everybody's poop.
Now collect everybody's poop. That is gross.
In
Why
this
the hell
game-
did they include that?
In this, they don't call it poop in this game. They call it night soil.
Night soil?
Night soil.
They're literally shitting in a jar. Man.
Oh, look, I can live up the town.
Shit by any other name, huh?
Yeah, look at all these hearts. Alright, well, I still need to... Well, it doesn't matter. I'll make it later.
At least we got in-game chowder, huh? Oh, that levels everything up.
Takes us to the next level. Whatever that may be.
Huh.
Oh, it's at the maximum. Good. I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Incredibly inspiring.
More people! Oh, also, I've been trying to build a wall around my base.
Is it any good?
Roofing.
Actual roofs?
Farming gear. What do I need that for?
The farm.
I don't need to farm anymore. I got everyone else to do that for me.
It's gear in which farming has done it.
Yeah, I'm building a city wall basically, and unfortunately I have to make it out of wood, but you know it'll look kind of like palisades when I'm done. But I've got about most of it surrounded. I don't literally need all of it surrounded. I just needed the front of it surrounded because that's where most of the monster attacks come from. But I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that it is strong enough to stop those skeletons from destroying the wall. One wave of them had these two big skeletons that were capable of destroying everything. In fact, I just had part of the main quest where another one of those showed up and destroyed pieces of the church I was in. But the church was already damaged, so it didn't really matter.
Weird.
But yeah. That's as far as I've gotten so far. I'm about to progress some more by growing tomatoes and growing pumpkins, which I'm really running out of space here for more farm plots. So I'm just going to have this one share the tomatoes and the pumpkins, and I'm hoping that's enough. If it is not enough, oh boy, I'm not sure what. I think I can do something to expand the size, but it's gonna be but I don't know how many more squares I can squeeze in. We'll see.
Can I join you?
I kind of want to know where these people came from, because I haven't found them at all over the islands. They just kind of showed up
And
that
they
day.
pop out of the ground. They're like dwarves. They just pop out of the ground. Man. This sucks. This game sucks. I'm sitting here watching it and I'm not playing it. I don't even know what to say. Whose idea was this to stream? It was yours, right?
It was mine.
It was your idea to stream.
It was mine.
You motherfucker.
I mean, I just, as part of my grieving process, I guess, I just felt like I still had to play video games,
Well, the truth of it is,
even though our streaming partner is gone.
it actually helped me a lot to do it earlier. It was hard to do.
Yeah.
But I went on for like 40 or 50 minutes. So I clearly, I'm like, it's like this whole time I was just like breathing in and holding it for the last 4 hours. And then when I finally got on stream, I could just be like, oh, where'd my dog go? I could finally grieve in my own way with the chat, and that helps a lot. It helps a lot because, it's, it feels unique for this stream because a lot of people come on and like, my dog's girlfriend died today or something, they talk about that shit, and it's always upsetting, but this was a dog that I think our chat knew. This wasn't just my dog, this was our dog. He was here most of the time I stream, or at least half of it. So, being able to tell you guys is kind of, I guess that was really the biggest point for me, was just, oh man, I could finally breathe a little bit because I was able to let you guys know. You know, I think the chat took it pretty well for considering what happened.
I mean, you've been kind of telling him over the years. You know, he's getting up there.
I've been trying to.
You never really know.
You can't. That's the thing, though. You can't really prepare for it. Like, I mean, I woke up this morning not knowing. I mean, he was so happy yesterday. I mean, he was with us. I just looked at the clip, and I just made a whole thing and threw it up on YouTube, so it'll be there forever, assuming YouTube never goes down. And, oh man, he was just the happiest dog. I mean, he was running around everywhere. He was climbing up on the couch, and begging for scraps. Dad dropped some food on the floor and thought to himself, well, the dog will get it. And he's like, oh, fuck, he won't get it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was very surprising that it happened today. But at the same time, I mean, we have to sit there and say, the guy was way older than any of his siblings. He outlived every single one of his siblings from his litter. How long now?
Well,
a good couple of years?
A couple of years. It sounds like the other ones from his litter died about 2 or 3 years ago. And even the doctor told us that was like the second longest lived Westie she's ever seen. So,
that's pretty good.
I think we did something right.
I mean, we must be doing something right. I mean, we seem to always have been blessed with long pets, though.
For the most part.
Other than
there
maybe,
were a couple of pets that lived maybe.
I'd say Graybud didn't live that long.
Yeah, that was a
unique case though, because he was a stray. He just wandered in off the street and was like, "Hey, you guys look like a cool group. Why don't I hang out here?" And then that's how he showed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really wasn't expecting. You know, I had a nice sleep too. It's been a long time since I had a peaceful, restful nap. And last day, because you guys know I work at nights, I went to bed real early. Right after stream, I finished up my models over there. I threw them up on Twitter. And then I went right to bed. It was probably like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I conked out after about an hour, and then I woke up to my dad waking me up at around 6, 7 o'clock. I was like, it's probably nothing, and I roll right back to sleep. I wake up at 9, and I'm like, okay, I feel, better. I actually felt like I slept, but then I remembered, oh wait, he said our dog is not doing well. That's really upsetting.
Yeah,
I mean, it should have been a really good day for me, is what I'm saying, but then he passed away.
I gotta ask you something, and I guess, if there's somebody here on stream, they can give their opinion too, but how do you feel about being notified while you're in the middle of sleeping?
That's a tough one. Honestly, in this case, in this specific scenario, I'm the accountant of the house. I'm the accountant of the house. Like, I've got all the money. And that's not so much by design. It just ends up being that Dad doesn't want to take care of his finances, so I do. Yeah. So all the money is kind of tied up through me. And so when you see the dog and he's not doing well, you had to think to yourself, okay, if we need to do something official with this dog that costs money, Marshall needs to be involved. Lothaire's got to be pulled out. We got to tap on Low-Tier's door.
Uh-oh. We got the purple puffy stuffs.
What's that about?
Those are the things that ruin the soil. I gotta find them and then crush them.
Oh.
Like that thing. I gotta crush that.
How do you do it?
Like this.
Weird.
Yep.
Oh, there's one more down there.
Yep. And as you can see, it ruined the farm.
But yeah, in general, I don't really... It's really a case-by-case thing.
And it's going to ruin this one, too.
It's way down there. Because, if this was a thing where it was like, what if the dog wasn't really that injured? That's what I was worried about. It's like, when I was waking up, I was like, you're making it sound like he came in the house after he hurt his leg. I was like, oh, it just sounds like his leg is hurt. That's all. But it ended up being a lot more than that. So, but still, I just kind of rolled back to sleep because I was exhausted. I'm not really sure. It's a tough one. Emergencies are that way because you can't... They're emergencies. That's why they are that way. You can't really do much about it. So it's probably best. In this case, you needed somebody to act. And even though I voted against it, once I woke up, it helped me wake up after an hour or two. I was like, all right, I'm going to check the dog. I checked the dog, and I'm like, all right, these two guys are on point with this. The dog's not looking good. But I think it's a pretty simple idea that you don't want to wake someone up for any reason, really. You just don't want to wake them up. Keep them down for as long as you can. And if an emergency happens, then that's an emergency. There's nothing you can do about it. So, I guess what happens now is, at the same time that our dog passed on, the doctors and stuff were like, hey, I know this is unpleasant, but you got to talk about what you're going to do now that he's dead. Are you going to do a cremation? Are you going to bury him? Are you going to take him home yourself? Put him in a shoebox, because we didn't look like the richest of folk. But ultimately we went with the cremation. We actually really like that option because I think that's how I would want it. I would like to be cremated. I don't want to be buried under the ground. I don't like it down there. I've never been a fan of dirt or the things that exist in or around dirt. Uh-oh. It's not crunching.
You're right.
Can you hammer it?
Yep. No, wrong button.
Weird.
It has to specifically be dirt.
Strange. Why?
Yep. Somebody there. I want you.
Now you have to build that somehow, right? So yeah, we went with the cremation. I asked them if they had like a nice basic black box. And they don't. Because, our mom is up on our what is it, hutch fireplace?
Yeah, it's above our fireplace.
Yeah, so we do like, it's not real, but we kind of think of it as a little bit of a Japanese shrine, right? How a lot of the Japanese people have incense and stuff and a nice big statue. We just kind of do that with our fireplace. We put Mom right up there, nice center stage, and it looks nice. So we want to put the dog right next to her. And the chick is like, we don't really have any black colors or black boxes, really. We have some boxes that are like cedar and wooden stuff and oak. And I'm like, I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, the box that we put our mom in is a simple black cardboard? Probably a cardboard of some sort. Real basic box.
It's not cardboard. It's plastic.
Plastic. It's a real basic.
Yeah, it's
cardboard looking plastic.
It's just a typical thing that that they do.
It's a very basic one. It's the basic one.
Yeah,
this is what we do. We just put them in a box and you're good. Because urns and shit are like really expensive, right?
Mm.
Well, they're not that expensive for the dog. The dog's only like $100. I think for putting him to sleep includes getting an urn with it. So we basically for $170, they put the dog under. In this case, they didn't have to do that part, but it also paid for the urn and everything. And so I was like, well, okay, go ahead and give me like your most basic urn that's black. And they're like, we don't got anything like that. All we have is a really fancy blue and gray looking urn. And then we have a bunch of other fancy looking, like, pretty flower urns and stuff like that. And so I had to sit there, and I had this very awkward moment. I actually said it to her over the phone. I was like, I don't know how my mom would feel having a nicer urn for the dog than she has herself. She started laughing on the phone. I'm like, we don't have a choice here, right? I think we're just going to have to go with, you said it was blue and gray? I love blue and gray. Those are two great colors. I love gray. Yeah, let's do that. We'll just go with that. And she's like, yeah, it's pretty fancy. I'm like, yeah, she'll probably be pissed, but that's okay. It's only worth, like, what, 1 or 2 hauntings or something? She'll give up eventually. She loved her dog. So, yeah, the dog is going to be in a nicer urn than her mom. But that'll be in a few weeks. Oh, boy. That might. I just kind of had a bad thought. This is how I am. I had a bad thought that I thought might be good for the stream. That I showed the stream the urn that the dog will be in. And then I started thinking, what if I just streamed with the urn next to me? Keep the green screen down, put the urn right in the middle, and then I can stream with the dog. Oh boy. That was not a good idea.
Holy moly, look at all this.
Fucking hell, that's a lot of harm. So maybe I won't do that part, but still, it was a bit of a funny thought. But that's basically it. I mean, once the dog is, once he's cremated, we'll just put him up on the fireplace and he'll be with Mom. And then we'll just take him wherever we go. We used to bury our animals. We actually, at the house that we were at, we were trying to own it. When my mom was still around,
it goes through the
it
tree.
goes right through the tree.
Oh well, whatever, I don't care.
I was gonna say, can you move it or something? But yeah, obviously we don't want to be burying anything here. And really, I don't like the idea of burying stuff. It's a real, I don't know, it's an archaic way of taking care of somebody. It just seems so not modern. Cremation just seems more, I don't know, pleasant, I guess. And then you have like a lot of options when they're no longer this huge thing, person or creature. You've got just ashes, and you can kind of do what you need to with that, right? I mean, we're happy to hang on to it, but it would also be very easy just to throw it somewhere that we need to, in the case that we ever need to. But I don't know. I like having them around. It's like a memento, I guess.
Okay, so I need another 18 more crop fields, which I think I can do manually. I just got to put down some dirt. I think I can do. Well, maybe not. I'm trying to think here. There is something I can do. I can build a fence. It'll have to go all the way around this part, and then I have to extend it into here, which I think I can do. Let's just get an idea.
Yeah, there is something I can do. I forgot I threw up all that. I threw the last clip. So I've been throwing the last 2 streams of this. Mm-hmm. We only had 2. I put them up on YouTube, but I'm going to throw them in the highlights field. I won't give them their own playlist. They'll just be in the highlights.
Yeah.
I figure why not. I'll put them there, and then I'll also have the dogs. I wanted to put them up there because the last stream in particular, I was actually really pleased that we had that stream, because he actually got to, he seemed really happy. Like, we had him on stream, we were all here, you know, we had a nice active chat for a while, so everybody got to kind of see the dog one last time before the unfortunate event. I think you just crushed something.
Yeah, accidentally put down a post where a seed should have gone.
So yeah, I'm gonna I threw all that up on YouTube, so he is forever here. And if you ever want to see him, it is kind of a strange feeling, though. I mean, I don't know what to. Number one thing, I don't know what to do with my camera. This is something we should probably. I'm gonna be bringing this up quite a bit because I don't know what to do. There's no reason to have a green screen anymore, and numerous people have complained about the wall being visible while the green screen, you know, does its magic. So I don't need a second spot anymore other than when my bro is here. So I had the idea that I would just, so maybe I could just do it here just as an experiment. One of the things that I can do with this program, and it's a little bit tricky. I have to get both the keyboard and the mouse. And these are wireless, so they don't work well. No, that's not it. Let's go ahead and the first thing I'm going to do is copy the transform. Copy transform. And I think I hold Alt. No, how about Control? Shift? No, my keyboard's not registering. That's the big problem here. Let's do it like this. And then left.
I think this might work.
There we go. Yeesh. So I would probably do something like this. Yeah, there we go. So I'll probably do something like this for our streams from now on, other than when he's here. And then, because there's no reason to have that big, there's no reason to have that other section of the couch anymore, you know? There's no dog that can randomly join us. So, that way I can do it like that, and then when my brother's here...
There it is. Got it.
I can just
farm.
do that. That seems pretty reasonable. Actually, is there like a better... I probably wouldn't even do it quite like that. I think I would do, certainly feels real small, doesn't it? I'd probably make it bigger. Like, yeah, like that. There we go. Maybe push the camera over more this way, because you no longer need that over there. Yeah. It's a tough one, but... Whoops! How the fuck did I do that? Let me get back there. There we go. And then let's
I'm missing. Where am I? Where am I on? Oh, there it is. Everybody.
There we go.
You have restored it to its former glory.
Yeah, except I think maybe I made it a little too small.
Oh.
There we go. That's good. I think that's where it was at. So I think that's the solution.
Okay.
The nice thing about that is I don't have to move the actual camera's zoomed in process. I might even zoom it out. Yeah, I might even zoom it out. Now the cool thing about that is that if I zoom out the camera, it will look better, because you've noticed a bunch of times it kind of gets grainy, right? Mm-hmm. Especially if I switch over to big camera mode. You guys can see how grainy this gets, right? That's because it's zoomed in. If it wasn't zoomed in, it wouldn't be nearly that grainy. You don't see it as much like this, so it's been fine. But this helped you guys see the dog. I don't need to do that anymore. There's no more special consideration for this side of the couch, save for when my brother's here. So I guess that's probably something I'll do. That's probably the first thing I'll look at, and that should free up a little bit more gaming space so people can see a little bit better. You know, it's always been difficult trying to get a proper real estate on the camera. I could consider moving it, because right now it's way over there to get everything. I could consider moving it maybe on this monitor so you guys could see it would be much closer. Mm-hmm. But then I'm fearful that when he joins us, it will be off-center and not look quite right. So, I mean, that's the type of shit... Man, that's the type of shit I have to think about, and it's really not... It's not a pleasurable thought, to be honest. I don't like it at all. And I hope you guys have been having a better day than we have.
Yeah. We don't really have a whole lot to say.
I mean,
when something like that happens, there's just...
What is
you got everything out of your system. I don't know. I don't really know what to say about the dog. Like, I feel like you covered just about everything. I feel like, jeez, how do I put it in my words? I felt like I didn't have the connection that you had with the dog. But you had a very special connection with that dog. That dog really liked you and the video games.
It was weird because I would say video games and he would know what I'm talking about. Because he would run into here or he'd run downstairs at our old house. But he was still Mom's dog too. So it's not like, you and I both had time where it was our mom's dog. Mm-hmm. And then I kind of always felt it was our dog.
I mean, it is our... I have sort of a sordid history with the dog at the beginning. I felt like it wasn't a good decision because our mother already had, like, another dog, a couple of cats, and several other animals. This is something that I have been struggling... It was something I was struggling with my mother for a long time. And... I felt like there was something a little off about the dog, and I was kind of right. It wasn't as friendly as you would expect a dog to really be. But I guess that's just the way that's just the way it is with some dogs. And in that way, I wasn't able to really connect with the dog. But it wasn't until he spilled his guts on that stream a couple hours ago, that I felt like, that I finally realized that this was about, that my brother did make a connection with the dog in a way that I was not. And I think I was able to finally understand how important the dog was to my brother. And in that way, I feel like maybe, you know, I don't feel like any sort of... I guess I don't really feel that much animosity toward the dog because, you know, he did.
So you kind of hated the dog?
I wouldn't say I hated the dog. I was just like, I had mixed feelings about it.
Because he came in when we already had pets.
Well, yeah, I had already, you know, I was already... My soulmate was our cat. We had a cat named Gray Bunny.
Yeah, that
He came in off the streets.
Mm-hmm.
He chose us. He chose to live with us. And I was just like... I was just amazed at that. And I was amazed at that, and I just felt like I was having a connection with that cat. That cat had a connection with me. He was very friendly with me, and like, of all the animals I've ever had, that was the most friendly animal I've ever had toward me. And it's just, I can't explain it. And when
Nothing's
he died,
ever been quite up to spec.
his death was tragic. It turned out
Yeah,
he had an enlarged heart. We had no idea. And then one day he just had a heart attack and he couldn't move his legs and he was in pain.
Yeah,
without a doubt, he was in pain. And there was nothing we could do for him.
Nah.
And that was it. And I cried for like 3 days. I felt terrible.
Yeah, that was a hard one.
And, you know, it took me a while to really get to really take in the gravity of it. And
so then Chowder
now
comes
but I never had that connection with any other animal quite like that. Even with
Silly?
with Silly, the other cat we had.
Well, you know,
she was a nice cat too, but she didn't go out of her way to be friendly.
She would sit
But she
between
had
us
no-
when we played games on the computer.
Yeah, that was her thing.
Yeah.
She was great with kids. When she first meets you, she doesn't really want to have anything to do with you. But if you hang around a few times, then she gets to know you, and then she accepts you right away.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so happy that we had at least one animal that was very accepting of other kids, because my mom loved other people's kids. And they would bring them to our house and we'd have a time. And to have that cat, to have Silly there, you know, actually like walk up to a kid's lap and sit on it and purr, and it was great. She used to
do that to Grayson and all that. Grayson, we had a game on a computer that Grayson was really into.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but he would come by like every day and nerd out on the computer all night. And we were just like, yeah, come on in.
What was it?
I don't remember what the game was.
Was it StarCraft?
I don't know. It wasn't StarCraft. It was later than that. It might have been like World of Warcraft or something. But he would just get nerd out on it. I'm just like, cool. Like nobody cared. He was basically family at that point. I mean, him and you know.
Connor and Grayson. We were introduced to them as friends in the mid '90s. They lived a couple houses up the street.
That's Boykin that comes in the chat there.
Yeah, we've been friends with them for a long time. So
she would always crawl up on his lap when he was playing stuff on the computer. I'm like, huh. I guess he's been here a while. Even the cat's all like, yeah, this is furniture. Let me lay on it.
Yeah. So basically, I wasn't able to have that kind of connection with Chowder.
It sounds to me like,
but it was obvious that he had a connection with Chowder.
It just sounds like you're more a cat person. Maybe you're just into cats more. I don't know.
Well, I like Nova, but that was so long ago.
That was long. Well, we were kids. We liked anything that paid attention to us.
Yeah. But I mean,
it's not a shame.
I felt like Nova was a particularly good dog.
So you never really.
But the dogs we've had since then have been just kind of in the middle. They haven't been great, but they're not terrible dogs. Mm-hmm. We had a Sheltie that my mother had picked up from a place, but that dog had some problems. We've only had her for a few years, and she wasn't really friendly. She didn't really do anything. She didn't like doing tricks. She didn't like licking people's faces. She didn't like hanging around. All she ever did was just hang near Mom. and
Was that Misty?
that was Misty.
Oh God!
And
what a horrible dog.
And
was
that
a bad
dog, and that dog was just existed.
That dog
And I felt really bad about that.
That dog came from a family that was abusive, though. They were abusive to that dog. Just flat out abusive.
Okay.
They didn't take care of it at all. So we took the dog to save it from a life of crime, basically. That dog was straight towards the mean streets. You know, he was going to raise a thug. So we took the dog in, and it loved Mom. And I remember one day I actually cornered it in her bedroom and forced the dog to interact with me. And it was a thing of beauty. It was like right out of Steve Irwin or something, you know, before the whole Stingray thing. I just sat in front of Caesar Milan, you know. I sat right on the bench of the bed and just waited for the dog to bark and growl and snip and bite. Never really biting, but just all kinds of pissed.
Yeah.
And I just sat there, maybe 20 minutes. Finally, the dog gave up and walked up to me and just kind of put its head down. It just put its head down like, all right, I give up. Like, I don't know what you're doing. I give up. I submit to whatever you're doing here. I don't know why you're here, but I give up. You know, and then I would...
Man, that's more progress than I got with it.
I would pet it, I would pick it up and snuggle it and throw it around a little bit, and then I would put it back down, and then he would run right back to Mom. And ever since then, the dog was much more courteous around me. But that dog had serious mental issues. That dog was sad.
And then the other dog we got was a greyhound.
I mentioned that a few times.
That was Zipper.
Yeah.
Now, Zipper was a little complicated.
That was weird because it was your idea, too.
It was my idea. I wanted a greyhound. I wanted a gray greyhound. But we couldn't find a gray greyhound. And for whatever reason, this dog made a move on my dad. And my dad was really impressed. But then after that, never made a move with Dad. Now, I'm not going to say the dog was bad, because the dog wasn't bad. She never bit anybody.
She also had brain problems, but
she did
not
have
nearly
some sort
as
of,
bad as the other.
She did have some sort of weird thing going on that I can't put my finger on.
The thing is
she just wasn't that friendly.
But that's the thing about all greyhounds, though. That's all greyhounds. They live a life of running and then living in really cramped kennels. And that's it. And so they're always snipping you with each other. It's like if you were to take a bunch of orcs and shove them in a small enclosure all day, and then you let them out to fight each other just to put them back into the bin and keep them there for another whole day. And you just do that day in and day out. All they're going to do is beat the shit out of each other, and that's exactly what greyhounds want to do. And so when we brought her in, that was her mentality. She saw us as other greyhounds. You couldn't touch her rear end. You couldn't do anything like that. Eventually, she realized that we were not greyhounds and would let us do all the normal dog owner things. But she was still a little unstable.
Yeah, she never really learned to, fetch. That was the weird one. She never learned to fetch.
No, she would just run. You would grab it, show her the thing. She seemed excited about it. You'd throw it. She'd just keep running in circles. Never picking up the object and bringing it back. Just kept running.
She did like to chew on controllers that fell on the ground.
Yeah.
She felt like those were her toys. And I guess we never really got her enough of those kinds of toys anyway. Toys.
I don't know if it happened too many times. But.
Anyway, I was never ever really able to make a connection with that dog. I didn't really grieve when that dog had to be put down. She actually was in pain. She had hip dysphagia, and she was having trouble pooping. She was having trouble
as in she couldn't
getting back up.
Kind of like
sat down, and it was just, she was yelping the entire time, but she was able to sort of walk enough and stuff like that. So we were able to, get her to the vet and put her down. And
you see, I like that this is a subject matter that's interesting enough for you that you actually had to pause the game to talk about it. I get endless flack for when I get enthralled in a topic or something that I pause the game to talk about it. These fucking gremlins in chat will not give me a moment's time.
This is more than just us talking about video games.
I'm just saying.
This is us getting over the death of a friend in the family, a part of our family.
It's a big thing. But I'm just saying that's what chat would probably be doing right now. Just kidding. Listen, man, it's still the internet. it's still the internet.
Yeah.
But I get you. I'm not joking. I'm just saying that it's interesting that you didn't feel that connected to Chowder. He was the last dog of our mom, right?
Yeah.
So when we inherited Chowder, I simply thought This is one of the remnants of my mother and who I love dearly. I want to treat him well, and I want him to live a nice long life, because when he is gone, a part of my mom's going to be gone, and the only thing I'm going to have left is me, my brother, and my dad. You know, that's a heavy thing to lose. So losing Chowder on that front, that is part of it as well. It's I don't really, at this point, I honestly don't know if it's more that or if it's more because he was my stream partner, because I couldn't have imagined it. And honestly, I hadn't even thought about it that much. But they both kind of weigh equally when I think about the dog, as of how much time I've spent here and how much time he spent with Mom when he was easily half his life. Mm-hmm. So it's a tough one. But I guess you never really... I mean, you are definitely distraught. I mean, you and I are definitely feeling bad. But I think maybe you understand the concept here that, you know, dogs are here and then they're not. You know, that's the nature of animals. So maybe it's not hitting you quite as hard?
No, I don't think. But I mean, it's not like I didn't shed a few tears.
No, I mean, it hurts. There's no way not to hurt. But I think you never had a personal rapport with the dog. I think he was just something that maybe you pet once in a while, maybe you got him a treat, played around with him. But I kind of get what you mean. He was more, you know, he was more my dog. But he wasn't even so much my dog. He was the stream's dog. You know, I honestly, it's funny to even say, but spending time with the stream, when I started out, I thought I was being really silly. I didn't think this was much of anything. I was like, I'm just streaming just like all the other countless, millions of people. Even when I started, streaming was already popular. And then I had the dog with me, and I was kind of like, well, I might be a loser, but at least I'm a loser with my dog. Now I'm just a loser, but I'm a loser with some other chat losers hanging around once in a while, and that makes me feel better. But now I lost my dog. He was kind of the bedrock of the stream. So in addition to that being part of Mom's thing, it's a big blow. I can see why maybe it's not such... I don't want to say it's not such a big deal for you, though, because this is still a dog that you devoted easily 25% of your day to. I mean, we closed the bathroom door because the dog would go in there and leave a dump, even before his pooping
Yeah,
problem.
I mean, I thought that was kind of clever on him on his part, because
I mean,
he knew that's where we go
if he was,
leave a dump, and he's like, oh boy, I get to leave a dump here too.
If he was one of those cats that could poop in the toilet, hell yeah, I'd leave the door open all day.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have the grace nor the accuracy, so we would always close the door. We had to close the door to our bedrooms because the dog would come in and take a piss. My room is swelteringly hot, and it doesn't matter that I have all these fans or a window. I don't have an AC in here. So this room, throughout the night, when I go to work and I come back in the morning and open up the door, it's like a sauna. Whoosh, it just flows right out of my room. So that's all because if I left the door open while I was gone, the dog would come in here, take a leak on the carpet. I'm pretty sure he did that one time, and it was maybe about a month or two ago, and I had to completely douse the carpet in cleaning solution. You could play something.
Okay.
If you feel like
I'm
it.
just trying to absorb the moment. Trying to absorb a very important moment with my brother.
Now, it is true that we should definitely absorb, but I also want to point out that we are streaming. Yeah. So we do have a responsibility to at least try and keep the game going a little bit. It's okay if you want to pause and talk about stuff, but we definitely should try our best to stream. It's a sad stream, but, you know, we are, at least for me, this is still something I deeply, deeply appreciate doing. And having developed a bond with chat, I don't ever want to make it seem like that means little to me, because it just means so much. It gets me through my days. In the same way the dog used to get me through stuff. You know, chat has very quickly become the thing that I look forward to all the time. Even if I don't stream as much that I used to, I still desperately think about stream all the time. I think about, what am I going to stream? Can I make it more interesting? Can I improve my equipment? Can I get a better camera? You know, how's the microphone? Can I tune this or that? So I just don't want it to linger too much on that. But it is a sour stream, so it's going to be a balancing act for sure. Still, I don't think we're going to be doing any pets for a while.
I agree. I mean, you know, if you think about it, this is the first time in our entire lives that we've been without a pet. we've always had at least something.
Yeah.
Usually a couple of somethings.
Yeah,
like
usually
fish or
a
rabbits, bird.
We've always had. Our mom was always heavy into pets.
Yeah, and that sort of influenced us to keep getting pets. And,
and
she liked that too.
She was really a pet person. I think really what it was is one of her brothers was a big pet person. Randy.
Yeah,
he was a huge pet
Randy.
person. Yeah, and he had like all sorts of weird shit too. Like what are those weird little jumping rabbits? Kangaroo rabbits?
No.
Chinchillas.
He had chinchillas. He had He had chinchillas, and
this is just Harvest Moon at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
He had ferrets.
He had ferrets.
We even took care of them a few times. Why do you leave this tree, this center stage here? Why does it look all fucked up?
I suspect it's going to be needed later.
You can't alter it?
I can alter it if I think I can alter it.
Can't you make it look nicer? I mean, it looks pretty awful.
Nope, can't alter it. Never mind. But this outside part, I suspect they're going to want me to put some water in here at some point.
So you're just leaving it open.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he's probably the main reason Mom had a desire for animals. And we always, not only did we always grow up with animals, but Mom was a kid person. So we had a lot of daycare here, not here, but at the old house. So we constantly had to, share and learn to be with people, and it was a trying time. As we just wanted to play video games, and we were at each other's throats trying to play each other's video games. We didn't want to share with other people. It's like fucked up, man. So we had a lot of kids show up and stuff, but damn, what the hell?
He's trying to figure out how to get here. That's funny. I like how Eris reacts when something like that happens. When an animation goes awry, he stops talking about everything and just stares. And just waits for the thing to resolve itself, and then he goes back to what he was talking about.
Oh, boy.
But me, I'm actually used to these things. I'm actually used to video games doing weird crap.
Oh, yeah. You gotta stream acting. That's the problem, man. You gotta have some of that Twitch acting chops, You gotta play it up and be like, oh my god! You gotta make the glitch the biggest thing in the world. It creates excitement. Why are they all taking a leak on? Oh, they're trying to water it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is probably... I guess this would be the first time we didn't have some sort of animal. We had turtles downstairs for centuries. Fucking... Yeah, I mean, the thing is, though, like... I like animals, though. And the thing is I do like animals. And I like people, too. But part of what I didn't like about growing up was that we did have a lot. And I didn't think we needed a lot. And on top of that, there was plenty of money trouble, too, We were like the standard middle-income family, Barely middle. we were always struggling with shit. In fact, I'd say right now, in this particular situation, we're probably making... I'm actually reasonably certain we're making and saving more money now than we were before. I think my mom might have made more than I do right now, but... they were not wise with their financial choices. I don't even know where it all went, honestly, but I think at this point we're actually financially looking really decent, and then if we can just get this guy more regular work, even if it's minimum wage or something like that, we'd be so good. We'd be making a lot of cash, Granted, I'm working a lot and not streaming as much as I want to. But that's also why I want to get this guy working a bit more, so I can back off a bit on the work somehow and get more streaming time going. But, right now I got to make the money, just like everybody else in the world. That's the takeaway of life right now, is that we have to work as much as possible. So we're in a good spot. We could afford a pet, but at the same time, we don't own this house. And so right now, when we got this place, we were really, really lucky. That they accepted pets, and they only accepted certain pets, and Chowder happened to be among them. So it's not a given. When you're looking for a place, if they say no dogs, There was a lot of places that said no dogs. Easily 2/3 the places were like no animals of any kind. And the ones that we could find were, well, I mean, we really couldn't find them. They were either really shitty or really expensive. I mean, hopefully we'll be able to renew this place again. I mean, my goal really is to stay here until my dad croaks. That's really the main objective. And it's during that time, I'm just going to try and make as much money as I can. Either that or become a Twitch superstar, you know, whatever happens first. You say grimy baboon?
Yeah, he's got to talk with somebody in order to stop him from completely destroying the city. I still have some side quests to do, though. I should have done those first.
Oh, that's right. I was doing some research. Internet, you guys joined me specifically earlier, a few hours ago, and I really appreciate that for the earlier stream. Like I said, that was a really hard one to do, but I think you guys took it pretty good. You know, I mean, there's no real good way to take it, but I have been trying to help you guys out, let you know that shit's nasty, but I think ultimately we're okay. I gotta clean up my YouTube stuff here. I got a couple of weird things here.
30 pieces of diamond.
Here, I'll just throw that up here.
That works. Let's see, there's 2 more quests. 2 more.
There we go. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's this is a hard one to really process for me because it's just this is a hard one for me to process. I mean, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. And it comes at a really bad time because I can't really throw myself into a game, right? Like I don't.
Yeah.
Judgment's all I got, and honestly, I'm just playing it because I beat all the other Yakuzas and I want to finish it. But it's such a weak reason to finish. So it's a bad time in that respect. It's hard to really figure out what I'm going to do. Damn, you really shot fast.
They broke it.
What did they break? Oh, the pillars?
Yeah, they broke the pillars.
So they're not strong enough.
No. I guess we're just gonna have to live with it.
What if you made, like, 2 pillars or something?
Well, it would just be more space for them to break.
Is that good or bad?
Well, I suppose that'd be good.
I mean, it's more of a buffer.
But I mean, if I might as well just, you know,
I guess
as soon
you
as
kill
that
them.
happens, I just rush in there.
You seem to kill them fast enough, so...
Yeah. And I got most of the town. Like, you know, they've got weapons that'll handle it pretty good. Let's do some.
Huh. Got to build a basic room. Internet, I hope you guys are having a good one today.
I'm going to put her room right above the toilet. I think that's appropriate.
Make sand green and a turlet.
Sand green and a turlet.
Yeah, the future is kind of weird. I mean, I just don't have anything happening. It's going to be Judgment. I guess that there's this Wolfenstein game coming out that's like the Daughters of Wolfenstein or something. I'm going to try playing that, but I don't think it'll be anything good. I'm certain it won't be anything good. It's just another first-person shooter, but we'll try it out. It's something to try. Other than that, I don't know. I should probably go back to Dark Souls 3.
Collect this tomato and eat it. Hopefully before the others can get to it.
Uh-oh.
Yep, I got it. Wait. 25%? 10? Somebody help me, I might not make it.
Damn. Did you string some? Oh, weird.
Everybody has to go to the bathroom at once? What?
Maybe you need another bathroom, man. Shit. Too much shit in one jar. Why does everyone rock around with an explanation? Or is that just...
Oh, that's because they offer a quest that I'm doing. Oh, come on.
I had something to do right now. This is, I don't want to say this is exactly unriveting, but I'm used to being the player.
There we go. Done. Well, it looks like we're starting to lose some seeds here in this field, but I don't care really, because I got plenty of seeds. Still don't know why they hate us. They probably hate us because they ain't us.
Property, or, progress reasons.
Yeah.
Part of the law.
What was the other one? Oh yeah, I was going to make her a room, and then I was going to make some pumpkins. Oh, I missed one. I love how they get out of the way. They're just like, jump. Alright. Now to turn those pumpkins into jackal. Oh, I was going to cook one too. If I can. I never did find the third Dracula. There it is. 3 of them.
I guess word on the street is Tekken might be getting a new DLC season.
Ooh.
Mr. Harada is dropping a bunch of hits on Twitter.
Oh, somebody took my pumpkin.
Son of a bitch. Wait. Yeah, that might be kind of cool. Tekken's really going on a long time. I wonder if they're just gonna... I mean, at some point they're gonna want to make Tekken 8. I don't know. But I don't know if they just want to keep making Tekken 7 real or when they're gonna call it, you know? Because they seem to be doing a good job with it. Yeah, you know, now that I don't have to have 2 people on the couch all the time, I wonder if I can move that camera somewhere. So I don't know where I would move it.
Great. Wow, okay, so tomatoes and pumpkins make the same meat. Wow. Put you in there. Oh, I better put the rest of the pumpkins. Well, most the rest I'll keep. Just in case there's a request. This. One here. Making progress.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's quest after quest, huh?
Yeah. I am definitely going to have to say that there is something about this that does make it seem... It seems like I'm overstaying my welcome on this particular island. I think I would like more islands, but
shorter, more immediate islands.
Yeah.
Well, you're so locked into this one area of the island. You're always here.
Yeah.
You know, building and shit. It's like, okay, but I want to build elsewhere. Let me build out the side of the mountain. I want to build inside the mountain, you know. But none of that seems to be here yet.
I don't know what the ratio is for small rooms.
You don't know how many blocks we're talking. Well, she can't complain too much if it's a big room, right?
Well, this game has a particular scale of what a big room is. So far, the smallest room you can make is a 4-square room, and that's considered tiny. And when I started with this, I made it, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I made it, about 5 or 6 square. I think I made it about 5 squares big. 5 by 5, and that was considered slightly bigger. Like, that's considered a small room, but it was halfway through the small room meter. So, yeah, that's that.
Out of wood.
Got some more. I'm making her room real special. Now, that's going to be a small room. I'm hoping
6.
9 squares is enough. Well, you know what? I don't think 9 squares is going to be enough. A little longer.
The way the icons look on screen are so strange. They look like, I don't know, pieces of paper. Like one more square or one more row.
Yeah. Perfect. And then I have to make the floor, and I keep pressing the wrong button.
Yeah, first person.
Yep.
Oops. There's a hole in your wall.
Repaired it. Easily fixed. I'm a master builder.
Oh well. The hell? How did you get up there?
Oh, the cursor is not very friendly. When you're in this mode, it's a little difficult to work with, but, you know, I've learned to work with it in the first game, so it's not entirely strange to me anymore. So now I need to build a door, and I need to give her a bed, and what else did she say? Oh, it'll just say in that.
Stool.
Yeah, she needs one of these.
She wants to poop on a stool. Or stool on a stool.
She needs a bed.
And a torch.
Yes. I don't think I already have torches.
Sounds like they'd be a useful thing to
Where
carry.
is my... There it is. There we go. And I just need to build a door for it, too. I'll build...
It's a bigger door, right? I mean, it looks like it'd be two... You have two openings there.
Yeah, I can either do 2 of these, or I can just do 1 of these.
Rustic.
I'll just do a resting, since I've got plenty of wood.
Tiny room. It says tiny room.
Wow, that's a tiny room. Huh?
That's not gonna work, is it?
We're about to find out.
Hello, this is my room now. Do you need that inside the house or outside the house?
And who was it? It was Lillian, right?
I don't remember.
Tiny private bedroom. There it goes.
Room of my own.
Well, it's tiny, so now we know that
Tiny
12
works.
squares is tiny.
And we also know it works for the quest.
Yeah. Okay. See, I think the Terra Incognita is where it's going to really let me be creative. This, I feel like I have to work with some restrictions. And that restriction is, even though technically it's not a restriction, I feel like it's a restriction because I know at some point they're going to start throwing blueprints at me. And if I go all creative mode on whatever island they're on, it's just not going to work.
Huh.
Like, I'm going to end up with a blueprint that wants me to do something, but I've already built something there. So I feel like I had to do this more organically, and I was able to just eke out enough farm space at the end to pull it out.
This game really makes me miss Stranded 2.
Is that...
I wonder if you remember.
I do remember it. It was that sort of primitive-looking game.
One of the very earliest Unreal engines. One of the very earliest ones.
Yeah.
The guy who made Unreal, or was like a big proponent of it, made a survival builder game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun. Like,
you know,
they had it was really like a
I
proto
thought it was.
Minecraft.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was like a it was a survivalist thing.
Yeah.
This would have been like the early aughts, maybe the middle of the aughts. I can't really remember, but I remember that the guy intended it to actually be a game, but then something happened and he couldn't really finish it, so he just put it out there.
It's a free demo. Or free
Yeah,
demo.
it was basically I wouldn't say it was a complete game.
It was mostly
definitely indie made. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, it was definitely
But
one of those.
there
But it
was just
free.
enough features in it that I felt like it was a proper game.
Well, I think the guy, he released it because he wanted to get work for other stuff, and he used that as proof of concept. He was like, hey, check out this thing that I did, if you think I'm good,
Okay.
this is my work.
I have to.
It was really good. It was very fun. It wasn't blocky. That was kind of the number one.
Yeah,
thing.
it wasn't a blocky thing. No, the whole blocking thing didn't come in until Minecraft made it popular.
Right.
It was actually, you know, actual assets that you had to just sort of anchor and
which were really nice. I like that more than the block stuff. The blocky stuff is just so, I don't know, it takes me out.
Now we can begin. Alright, let's see what happens.
Take their hose in hand. Their hose in hand.
Their hose.
Get them hose on and get partied down.
Alright, look at all
Damn.
that.
Everyone's got farming equipment. You got a big fucking spiked out club.
I can't stop dancing. Do you think this mask is cursed, dude?
Yeah. What's on?
Alright, they just all say random stuff. Damn, harvest time already, huh?
That's what I yelled. Oh, it's all the hearts. I was like, what is all the yellow stuff in there?
Oh, the ghost.
What are you doing here?
He was at the church earlier. We didn't get to film that part.
Weird. He didn't even get the choice. He's like, hey, let me join your team. Alright, I'm on it. Why are you going to say no to a ghost? I mean, he's kind of able to be wherever you don't want him anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
That's cool. Alright. They're up here. They probably set this up specifically so you could gather up a bunch of hearts if you weren't able to, you know, set up everything. You weren't doing many of the side quests or some weird thing, just to get your city leveled up. But since I did all the side quests, it was really easy for me to get the city leveled up.
Because you're actually doing the stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you're still, you know, here. It's because you're doing all the side stuff. So, at this point in the game, are you contemplating purchasing it?
You know what? I would definitely purchase it, because I can't see... I'm definitely gonna purchase it.
Wow. Serious?
I'm definitely gonna... At this point, all signs point to definite purchase.
You know, man.
But, I mean, I'm still gonna keep... I'm just gonna keep playing it before I purchase it, just in case something happens. Just in case some weird thing happens that I can't get past.
Well, I don't have shit at all coming except that shitty Wolfenstein on the 26th. And I literally don't give a fuck about it, so, yeah. Okay, let's see here. $44.99. Apply a coupon and oh, you lucky bitch! I got a $5 coupon.
Ooh.
So it normally would be $49.40, but
Mm-hmm.
you can get it with after shipping and everything for $44.90. So
Yeah.
$45.
$45 reduce.
Yeah, that's quite something. If you want it, I mean, maybe the thing is if you could wait. Do you think this would be? What if this released on PC or something? Wouldn't you rather have it for that?
No, I'd rather have it for PS4. I feel like that's where Dragon Quest belongs. It's on the console.
Yeah, that's kind of true. I know what that's like.
That, and I wouldn't want to mess with the mouse and keyboard with this game. This
Yeah.
definitely feels like a controller game.
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
You have work on the weekend, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm considering. We can keep at this for about another half hour if we wanted.
Yeah, it's only Thursday for you. I mean, for me, it's my Friday night right
Like
now. 'Cause I gotta go back.
like
to
I
work
had
tomorrow.
planned to go to bed like at around 4 or so. But the truth is, I'm not going to be able to sleep.
I'm not
after what
gonna
happened
sleep
today.
either. Yeah.
I'm just not going to get any sleep, and I don't know how I'm going to feel tomorrow.
I mean,
I still have to get. I'm still going to go to work, obviously.
Yeah, but it's
I mean, if
it's
you're going
almost
to go to
4:30
work,
right now.
I'm going to go to work.
The thing is my work is not as hard as your work. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm really bummed, but I think part of my grieving is that I've learned to channel my sorrows and focus on something productive. Like, when Mom passed away, I immediately, after 2 months of hurting, I was like, I gotta put myself into something. I gotta work. Turn a damage into health. Holy fuck!
Uh-oh.
Who's that? Is he gonna break all your shit? You've been building, haven't you? I think not.
Uh-oh.
Then be gone.
Oh no!
Damn, your DM is dead.
Oh man!
Who's gonna run the game
They
now?
actually killed off a good guy.
You must do it yourself.
Do it yourself.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, that's a tree. Whoa. Broke the shit out of that. Damn, it's all gone? Oh, what? You don't even get to fight him? Lame. The enemy is closing in. Wow, they're still way down there.
Alright. Might as well save the game. Because,
Required progress.
yeah. Progress was made.
Yeah, I like to, if I can get into a good headspace, I'll work as part of kind of getting through the grieving process.
Yeah.
It helps me to put my mind to something. If I had a game or something, I would probably try and take the day off. But I also have an extra responsibility being one of only
I gotta
3
check and
people at
see,
night. So I kind of need to be
I
there.
have to see who can have weapons. I'm
But-
going to build another one of those spike swords at least, just to see who doesn't have a spike sword. And I have to use...
I try and focus on something. Work is a place to focus, and I get paid to do it, so I try and make that my focus. I did custodian stuff when my mom passed away, and I jumped into it after like 2 months of her passing, because at the time I wasn't doing anything. And I think that helped me out a bit. I mean, it hurt a lot, physically and emotionally,
Nice.
but I got through some shit, so. I think if I try and focus on my work, it'll probably be alright.
Let's see. Do we have any more of those? No, it doesn't look like it.
But you know, I also have this streaming thing. This is kind of my work as well, but I just don't think of it that way. This is something I can do when I feel like I can do it, you know, which is usually pretty often. So I could take a day off and stream, but I don't really have anything I deeply want to play, so that's not really going to work out very well either. I don't think I'm going to be very good company. I mean, today, obviously, you know, we're probably going to be like this for a while. So I don't know. I might just need time to get over it before I really stream. He's a ghost. What does he need to work for?
Bonanza, you've already got. Yep, everybody's. Yep, we're good. We are good.
Oh, so you have to actually initiate the battle. Huh.
Yes. You think he's gonna go Super Saiyan?
I think he already is Super Saiyan. Wow.
Oh, this town is really tough.
Oh shit.
Big ass.
I take out the little guys first in the end. Damn, yeah, your town is really wrecking ass. Uh-oh. Ooh. You don't have a block or a dodge.
Yeah, I just have to walk out of the way.
It's very un-Dragon
Here's the fun
Quest
thing
like.
about what just happened there.
Critic? Whoa.
What happened was the baboons in particular were being distracted and were jumping around in circles rather than attacking.
He's auto-aiming. Whoa. Big ass skeletons. Whoa.
Oh,
Damn, you walked right
out
into
of
that. Give me some of that bread. Uh-oh. Charge up animations. Kind of hard to tell where he's aiming.
Man, these guys are really tanking.
Yeah. Hey. No problemo.
Nice.
Except you don't have a tree anymore. Whee! Light bulb. I've discovered a new recipe.
Oh, finally.
A shield?
Finally, I get to have a shield.
Oh, if I take a block of wood and hold it in front of me, it's a shield.
I'm hoping that'll let me, like, block.
That'd be nice, right? Oh. Pastor Al. He didn't kind of
Pastor
die.
Alakazam.
Oh, he'd be dead.
Which is funny because that's the name of the spell.
What the crap?
Ooh.
Windbreaker? Bracker?
Windbreaker.
Sword
Oh,
in the
maybe
sky.
Windbreaker. Who knows?
Windbreaker. DM is dead. He's gonna DM the game. Where'd our dungeon master go?
I don't know, man. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Breaking wind, huh? Oh boy.
There we go.
I think I get the joke.
Okay, I'm trying to do a jump, or it will let me do it. No? It's not letting me.
You have to select
Oh,
it.
wait. I was pressing the wrong button.
Ah.
Ooh, look at that!
Wow, actual gliding, huh?
Wow. It's a good thing I can run.
Got a Naruto sprint.
Alright. Well, I don't know if we're going to have enough time.
It's only
to do all
4:30.
this. Yeah.
It's up to you. I mean, I'm up all night. I mean, I don't go to bed until the morning, or I don't even go to bed till like 10, 11. And frankly, I'll probably be up till noon, maybe longer than that. I might actually come back after the morning here and play some Judgment or something. That might be kind of nice. That's a morning Judgment, you know. Spend some more time with you guys and actually get to play something. That'd be nice.
Oh, I forgot to make the shield. I will go back and do that. Okay, so we've got this purple mist in the sky. That must mean that there's purple puffy stuffs around, right? No?
You would think so, but I don't see it.
Yeah. I'm not seeing any. Okay, well. Okay, well then. Make my shield. One thing to make with. What's this?
Wood. And something tells me you spend a lot of side quest stuff, because this really seems like something you should have had like hours ago.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's up with that. Honestly. Okay, let's go talk to that question mark over there. Because they're going to tell me where exactly I'm going to jump off and fly. Keep going until you reach your end turn. Drop your cover. Almost like a stepping stone.
Aha.
I said go east?
Is it that thing in the middle up there? Right there?
Yeah, that's part of it.
Oh, you gotta get past that boss you didn't want to fight.
Maybe.
Uh-oh. Ew. Is that the weird bug one from the last stream?
No, it's something else. It's one of those orcs.
Ah.
I think it's an orc.
Orc, so.
Here's the thing, if it's an orc with a green shirt, I can actually beat him up. Because they just have a lot of hit points, they don't do a whole lot of damage to me or my guys.
Oh, they're gonna get pissed.
Ah!
Green shirt, there he be. As long as the other guys aren't fun. Is he a bad guy? Oh, he is? No. Yes? He is, but the baboon's a bad guy, too. Oh shit, you got like 3 of them, dude.
Yeah, this isn't good.
Whoa. Hardly doing any damage to you,
That shield, they kept helping.
Oof. You might want. That was 7 damage. Maybe take it face on this time. See if the shield makes a difference. The positioning might have fucked it up. 6. Well, maybe not. 7. Yeah, okay. So even if you face it head on, it doesn't change.
What was that?
3, 4, 5.
I think it was trying to bring up a menu. I've never seen that before. Anyway, it's dead.
That's not hard at all.
Okay. Everything over.
Seems like a little bit over there.
Oh no, this is to something else. You see something in the distance over there.
Is that a sign? This is not the jumping point, right? Or is that the remnant of the old tree way down there?
The thing is, I'm looking this way, right?
That is not where it's supposed to be.
No.
He said climb the muddy area, right? So, the mountain,
Yeah.
maybe the mountaintop there we're supposed to climb.
That's to something else entirely.
What if you climb, yeah, run back.
I wonder if there's a cave around here.
I don't see much.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a cave either.
Can you swim?
Yes. Woo! Managed to pull that off somehow. That's cool.
Are you losing any altitude at all when you do that?
Yes, a little.
This is really small. I guess he meant up here, huh?
Yeah. Oh my.
Oh my.
These seem almost purpose-built.
Ay, ay, ay. And I hope you guys are having a good one tonight. I hope your tomorrow is good too. I'm not sure how much longer we got left in the stream here. So that's the one you gotta go for. a single tap of X.
What is this? What is this? There's a little bit of extra thing here. On the edge. Is it a hint? Doesn't look like it. I don't see anything cave-like. Yep. I don't see any hidden cave or... That almost looks like it could be a cave.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I fuck this up.
Uh-oh.
Oh, almost.
Those bald buzzards.
2 of them.
Damn. What the hell? Cloud?
Yeah.
Said to do the axe. Hey, you really don't fall down much.
You made it.
Wow. Skeleton bones. Hey.
Oh, is there something over there?
Looks like you might have a few places to check out.
Not quite. Let's see if we can... Oh.
Yipes. You got a save on yet?
Yeah, let's save real quick. I don't know if I have enough,
I mean...
Well, I've got some healing in case something terrible happens. But, 15 minutes? I think I can do this in 15 minutes.
We'll try
I think my partner's going to do most of the work, honestly.
You can kite. That works out well. Oh, that's not the main vacuum. Let's just aim it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Ooh! Hey, man, switch it back.
I hate how they all zoom in on me. Careful of that weird blue thing. It looks like it puts people to sleep.
Yeah, I just took care of that guy.
Yeah, he won't finish off the damn skeleton.
He doesn't hit too hard.
No, you actually are doing alright with your shield on.
No, my buddy is doing way better than me.
Yeah, he definitely. And once he does 2 hit damage where you do 1 hit damage.
I'll just send this one.
Yeah, a ton of it. Damn, you almost juked you there. You see that big whippoon ass. He almost got him to jump off. He Dark Souls it where he goes off the cliff? That'd be funny. Could be like the Asylum Demon? No. Whatever the weird big muscly demon is. You get him to jump off the ledge and kill himself. You want to purge the weird goo stuff first, or look over the line?
I don't know. Wow, they destroyed quite a bit of their own shrine there. I think it just wants me to do this.
Zamo.
Ooh.
Ah, so
Really?
that's what we gotta
Literally just go up there and grab them?
do, I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna double check. Holy Heartwood. Okay, so I'm actually just gonna go up there and
Grab it. I take it you don't have to worry about these things.
so let's see.
Why do you have to encase it like that before you drop that?
Well, I do get some seeds out of them. But I think I'll only get the ones that are like supposed to find some. Holy art, huh? Unsullied.
Looks like it's a platform all of a sudden. You have to build a bridge.
Unless, let's see.
Bark. Bark, bark, bark.
That's not bark. Oh!
Whoa!
Oh!
What the hell is that?
Wow! Yep. There it is.
Heartwood and softwood. You need 2 more, and that's what you got.
Wrong button.
Eventually, you'll remember it.
Yep. One of these days, I think. I got what I needed. And now to climb down. Oh, that was easy. Pretty.
I found a new recipe.
Yay, we're going straight back.
Quick jump. Damn.
Oh, snap.
Damn. Super Saiyan that out? Let me just draw this grid. Level 1 Deitrine blueprint. Really?
Oh, good. It doesn't take up the whole thing. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to have to, like, actually farm
Wow.
for stuff.
This must have been what they're talking about, the grind. Holy shit.
Well, I have to harvest a lot of bark. 231 bark?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. But I've got heartwood. I've got enough softwood. I gotta get leaves too. Basically, I have to go over to this one particular forest where the baboons and the archers are. And I just have to farm an entire tree.
Wow.
And yoo-hoo, boy.
Well, there you go. Jesus Christ.
Boy. Okay.
Well, they did say
I'm
it was a
definitely
grind.
not going to get this done tonight.
No.
In fact, I will probably have to get this done off stream. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy. Yeah, I'm just fucked up today, man. Shitty day, feel shitty. I thought I slept really good too, but yeah, this is a bummer.
All right.
Cool. Just the ibuprofen kicked in pretty
Gather a
good.
few blocks apart and building the route. I shall follow you. Go collected.
Wow, they're actually gonna go find some.
Wow. How much bark do I have? Oh, just 14 pieces of bark. Huh? What is blackened? Don't need blackened. Just need regular. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's gonna take some time. Unless the NPCs bring home some goodies.
Yeah.
It won't be so bad.
Alright, well.
You good?
Yeah, I think I'm just about good here. I'm gonna give the character a little sleep. And we'll wake up in the morning, and then I'll save the game. And, hopefully we won't have to deal with any of those explodey, pudgy things. Nope, they're there.
Oh man.
Where have you shown up? Hmm? Oh, they only showed up here, huh?
Interesting. Oh, there's one way off to the left.
At this point, the village has so much food, I'm just tempted to leave the farm alone. But it looks like it's settled. Oh, snap. It's gonna explode that side.
Oh shit.
So
Well,
I'm gonna have to plant one here, or maybe here, maybe here.
because
There
you
we
might have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
There we go. Oops. Accidentally broke that.
Oops. Whatever it was. Problem is you can't tell because the pink is all over the place.
Did you see another one?
Yeah, way up on your left there. There you go.
Ah.
It's a much bigger one, actually. Right next to your crafting table, too.
I'm gonna have to lift the crafting table. Any more of those? There's 3 of them.
Kind of hard to spot, and everything's
Oh
all
yeah, some of them are out
way
there.
out there. Whoa.
I'll try and get rid of those.
Jesus Christ, man.
It's
Whoa.
it exploded.
Killed himself?
Yeah. Tainted the land. That was already tainted anyway. Basically. Alright, well, those were not a problem. It was the ones in the base that were a problem. And I took care of those. Definitely didn't miss it. Okay.
Cool.
Saving the game. Saving the game.
Oh.
And we are going to call it tonight.
Yeah. Internet, thanks for chilling. It's good seeing y'all, as always. We'll just be back whenever we're back. The thing is work starts up for me tomorrow.
Yeah.
So there's probably going to be a long pause, and I don't know, maybe it's a good time to just chill out, reflect, and adjust to the new life.
Yeah.
But we'll try. Maybe I'll come back later tonight, this morning. I might actually come back this morning, play a little Judgment, maybe share some more hours with you guys, and we'll just see how it goes. But yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm going to go to bed, and hopefully I'll be able to sleep somewhat.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Chowder will definitely be in my dreams.
Yeah.
Oh.
I hope so too. But not too much, because if he's pooping in my dreams, I don't want that. I don't want that.
That'll be his going away present.
See you guys next time. Take it easy.